Hello and welcome students to MechPro classes, my official YouTube channel. Myself Piraj Majumdar, Assistant Professor of Mechanical Engineering Department, GKCM, that is Greater Kolkata College of Engineering and Management under JIS Group. Welcome you to our new session of Advanced Welding Technology, where we will be uploading all the lecture series according to MacOut syllabus day by day. So keep in touch with us for getting daily updates. You can also contact me through 9433465217, that is my personal phone number, or even you can email me at pirasar@gmail.com. You can also connect me through social networking, that is Facebook page, which is known as MechPro classes. So let us start today's online session. Arrived to the module 4 of Advanced Welding Technology, and in this module we are going to have some discussions on different types of critical and precision welding processes such as plasma arc welding, laser beam welding, electron beam welding, ultrasonic welding, friction stir welding, under water welding as well. Then in the latter part we will be having discussions on welding of plastics, ceramics and composites as well. So today we will be having discussions on the plasma arc welding process. So arc welding process that produces coalescence. So arc welding process that produces coalescence of metals by heating them with a constricted arc between an electrode and the workpiece, that is a transferred arc, or between the electrode and the water cooled constricting nozzle, non-transferred arc. Now talking about the plasma, it is a gaseous mixture of positive ions, electrons and neutral gas molecules, that is a plasma. So plasma arc welding is an arc welding process similar to gas tungsten arc welding. So actually we do have a picture, let me find that one for you. So arc welding and tungsten inert gas welding are quite a similar type of welding, So here let me see if I have that picture, contrasting picture between these two. So yes, I do have this one. Now here you will find this is the tungsten inert gas welding and here is the plasma arc welding, as you can see over here. So it is quite similar to this TIG welding as well. So here the electric arc is formed between an electrode, which is usually but not always made of sintered tungsten and the workpiece. The key difference from GTAW, that is a TIG, is that in PAW means this plasma arc welding, the electrode is positioned within the body of the torch, this one. So the plasma arc is separated from the shielding gas envelope, this one. Okay. Now the plasma is then forced in through a fine bore copper nozzle, as you can see over here is a copper nozzle, which constricts the arc, and the plasma exits the orifice at high velocity through this one. Okay, so through this one, approaching the speed of sound, supersonic, and a temperature approaching 28,000 degrees Celsius. So temperature is 28,000 degrees Celsius and equivalent to 50,000 Fahrenheit, or even higher also. So you can see it is a very hot thing, hot welding process. So arc plasma is temporary state of a gas. Actually the gas gets ionized by electric current passing through it, and it becomes a conductor of electricity as well. So in a ionized state, what happens, excuse me, in an ionized state the atoms are broken into electrons and cations, and the system contains a mixture of ions, electrons and highly excited atoms. Now the degree of ionization may be between 1% and greater than 100%, possible with double or triple degrees of ionization. Such states exist as more electrons are pulled from their orbits as well. Okay. Now the energy of the plasma jet and thus the temperature depends upon the electrical power employed to create arc plasma. Now a typical value of temperature obtained in a plasma jet torch is of the order of 28,000 degrees Celsius, as I earlier told you this one, compared to about 5,500 degrees Celsius in ordinary electric arc welding. So that is the huge difference you can see in the temperature. All welding arcs are partially ionized plasmas, but the one in plasma arc welding is a constricted arc plasma, this one. So talking about this plasma arc welding process. Plasma arc welding is an arc welding process wherein coalescence, that is the joining, is produced by the heat obtained from a constricted arc setup between a tungsten or alloy tungsten electrode and the water cooled constricting nozzle, that is a non-transferred arc, or between a tungsten or alloy tungsten electrode and the job, that is a transferred arc. So the process employs mainly two inert gases. One is your arc plasma, and the second one shields the arc plasma. So filler metal you can add or you may not add. Okay. Now this was actually invented. There is a history. This particular plasma arc welding process was invented by Robert M. Gage in the year of 1953 and got patent in 1957, 4 years later. The process was unique in that it could achieve precision cutting and welding on both thick and thin metals. It was capable of spray coating hardening metals onto other metals. One example was the spray coating of the turbine blades of the moon-bound Saturn rocket. It was quite some years ago. Now, what is the principle? And talking about the principle, so equipment, what we need here is the open circuit voltage of 80 volts. Here is the setup. You can see this is the power source. This is a tungsten electrode. This is the cooling water. This is the plasma jet coming out of the nozzle. This is the nozzle, as you can see over here. This is the shielding gas coming out of the equipment, and this is the workpiece, as you can see. So what are the equipments? Open circuit voltage of about 80 volts. Current is about 50 to 300 amperes. A DC welding current is required. A welding torch, that is non-consumable tungsten electrode, is also required. A cooling system, that is water recirculator, is required. And plasma winding torch and plasma gas is as argon, and shielding gas may be argon or hydrogen or helium, as you wish. Okay. So these are the main equipments that you are going to have in plasma arc welding process. Now if you closely look at the setup, here we have the electrode in between the nozzle. So it is the inner nozzle, as you can see. This is the orifice gas. This is the orifice gas. This is the outer nozzle, as you can see. This one is the outer nozzle. This is the plenum chamber. This is the shielding gas coming out of the outer nozzle, and this is the electrode setback, as you can see. This is the electrode setback. This is the torched stand-up distance, and this is the orifice diameter, as you can see. Coming the shielding gases are coming out of this. So this is the workpiece, as you can see over here. Now in plasma arc welding, it is an arc welding process. A concentrated plasma arc is produced and directed towards the weld area. Now the arc is, this arc is stable and reaches temperature as high as 33,000 degrees Celsius actually. So a plasma is an ionized, very hot gas composed of nearly same numbers of electrons and ions. The plasma starts between the tungsten electrode and the orifice by a low, low current pilot arc. What makes plasma arc welding unlike other processes is that the plasma arc is concentrated because it is forced through a relatively small orifice. Operating currents usually are less than 100 ampere. So when filler metal is used, it is fed into the arc as is done in gas tungsten arc welding. There is a TIG welding. Arc and weld zone shielding is supplied by means of an outer shielding ring and the use of inert gases like argon, helium or mixtures. Now there are two methods of plasma arc welding. In the transferred arc method of plasma arc welding, this one, the workpiece being welded as is part of the electrical circuit. The arc transfers from the electrode to the workpiece, hence the term transferred. And in the non-transferred, the right hand side method of plasma arc welding, the arc occurs between the electrode and the nozzle, and the heat is carried to the workpiece by the plasma gas. This thermal transfer mechanism is similar to that of an oxy-fuel flame. Now compared to other arc welding processes, plasma arc welding process has better arc stability, less thermal distortion and higher energy concentration, thus permitting deeper and narrower welds. Plasma arc welding has higher welding speed, ranges from 120 mm per minute to 1000 mm per minute. A variety of metals can be welded with part thicknesses less than 6 mm. The high heat concentration can penetrate completely through the joint with thicknesses as much as 20 mm for some titanium and aluminum alloys. In the keyhole technique, the force of the plasma arc displaces the molten metal actually and produces a hole to the leading edge of the weld pool. Plasma arc welding often is used rather than gas tungsten arc welding for butt and lap joints as well because of its higher energy concentration, better arc stability and higher speed of welding. Proper training and skill are required for operator who works on this equipment. So here is the thing, once again I would like to share with you that this is a plasma state. So we have this concentrated plasma arc is produced and directed towards the weld area, higher quality and speed than TIG welding. So that is the advantage of plasma arc welding over TIG welding. Now if you see this one, welding is carried out being with this tungsten arc welding. This is a filler metal, as you can see. So plasma arc welding, we have this inert gas, then tungsten electrode, constricted orifice, and the shielding gases are coming out of this orifice. So two chambers are there, one is the outer nozzle and another is the inner nozzle. This is the arc region, as you can see over here. This is the arc region. This is the filler rod. This is the workpiece. This is the plasma state, as you can see over here. This is the plasma state coming out and melting the metal, as you can see. So this is the molten metal, as you can see over here, and here is the plasma is coming out of this. And plasma arc modes, so generally used for welding, this plasma arc modes, and work is part of electrical circuit as well. Now heat is obtained from anode spot and from plasma jet as well, and greater energy transfer to the work is always obtained. So here again you will find the same picture but in a different clarity. So shielding gas, so this is the outer nozzle, this is the inner nozzle. Inside the inner nozzle is the orifice gas, as you can see, and this is the shielding gases, and this is the constricting nozzle, as you can see over here. This is the orifice, this is the tungsten electrode, and this is the work, as you can see. So this is the transferred arc mode. So now one last thing I would like to share with you in the principle of operation in case of TIG. Actually what happens, this plasma arc welding is a advanced form of TIG welding. In the case of TIG, it is an open arc shielded by argon or helium, whereas plasma used a special torch. This torch is a special torch, and it is used to constrict the arc, and shielding gas is separately supplied by the torch. The arc is constricted with the help of a water cooled small diameter nozzle, which squeezes the arc, increases its pressure, temperature, and heat intensely, and thus improves the arc stability, arc shape, and heat transfer characteristics. So plasma arcs are formed using gas in two forms. One is laminar, that is a low pressure and low flow, and the second one is the turbulent, which is of high pressure and high flow. The used gases are generally argon, helium, hydrogen, or a mixture of these. In the case of plasma welding, laminar flow, low pressure and low flow of plasma gas is employed to ensure that the molten metal is not blown out of the weld zone. The non-transferred arc, that is the pilot arc, is employed during plasma welding to initiate the welding process. Now this arc is formed between the electrode and the water cooled constricting nozzle. A non-transferred arc is initiated by using a high frequency unit in the circuit. After the initial high frequencies start, the pilot arc, that is a low current, is formed between the electrode by employing a very low current. After the main arc is struck, the nozzle is neutral, or in case of welding mesh using microplasma, there can be an option given to the continuous pilot arc. So a transferred arc possesses high energy density and plasma jet velocity. Depending on the current used and flow of gas, it can be employed to cut and melt metals as well. Now microplasma uses current between 0.1 and 10 amperes and is used foils below and thin sheets as well. So this is an autogenous process and normally does not use filler wear or powder as well. Now medium plasma uses current between 10 and 100 amperes and is used foils used for higher thickness plate welding, and with filler wear or autogenous up to 6 millimeter plates and metal deposition, that is hard facing, using specialized torches, power feeders, PTA using metal powders as well. Okay, so this high current plasma above 100 amperes is used with filler wears welding at very high, this travel speeds. Okay, so you have to check the power source, how much power is going to be using by you. So that is the main thing. Now actually plasma arc cutting is also famous in relation to this plasma welding process as well. Now one more thing is that voltage control is required in contour welding as well. In normal keyhole welding, a variation in arc length up to 1.5 millimeter does not affect weld bit penetration or bit shape to any significant extent, and thus a voltage control is not considered at all that much essential actually. Okay, so and one more thing, this plasma arc welding is giving you the high heat, which is much more advantageous than this TIG welding process actually. So in that sense you can use plasma arc welding. So talking about some of the advantages of plasma arc welding, we have got power consumption is low, welding speed is high, so it can simply utilize to join thick and hard workpieces, and it can function at little amperage, that is at little current as well, and it can the arc arrangement does not affect by the distance among tool as well as a workpiece as well. So by using this method, the more steady arc can be produced very easily. Okay, now there are some disadvantages also. The process is a bit noisy process, and equipment cost is going to be very high, and high expertise labor is required, and radiation, there is also a hazardous about the radiation also. Now, talking about the application of plasma arc welding, it can be used in industries like aerospace as well as in marines also, and it is used to join stainless tubes as well as pipes, and this is also mostly applicable for electronic industries as well, and it is also used to fix tools, mold and die also. So it is also used to coat otherwise welding on the turbine blade also. So now from this total lecture of this plasma arc welding, we can conclude that this plasma arc welding is equally suitable for automatic as well as manual applications, as well as different operations which are ranging from high volume strip metal welding to medical devices precision welding as well, and also automatic refurbish of jet engine blades to the physical kitchen equipment welding. So I hope you have gained a bit of knowledge on plasma arc welding. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching.